we want to bring you guys a little something we like to call volleyball loungewear. Now, if you want to curl up in a ball and cry all your volleyball losses away, why not be the most comfortable in the out-of-system crew neck, forest green? Or if you want to attract the opposite sex with the old gray sweatpants, I highly recommend the University Sweats by Out of System. Or if you just want some cool, classic, sandy, smooth colored shirt, I highly recommend the Out of System Killing It t-shirt. Get on it quick. It will go quick. I promise you, get on it quickly.
Yeah, you can handle the heat. Yeah, you can handle the heat. Yeah, out of system, you can handle the heat.
Booyaka Show, welcome back to another episode of You Can't Handle the Heat. It's your boy G Swizz, joined by local Jokesy.
What's up, guys? I was just an athlete, Joe Worsley.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
That's my full name. I was just an athlete, Joe Worsley. Legally changed.
Dude, you have so many nicknames, dude. Joe T, Joe Mudbone, Coach, Mayo Joe. Actually, I just made that one up.
Dalton and Jordan call me Joe Crab.
Oh, yeah, because the Joe T and everything.
Bro, the Joe T is pretty high level. I play very well when I have the Joe T rocking.
Dude, that's
must say.
Yeah, it's your lucky goat. Because I saw a picture with you in the beard, and you look good with a beard for sure. So I was wondering why you go with the goatee instead of the full beard.
The Joe T is way better.
That's true.
Way better. I like it way better. I don't know. Mom likes it too. Mom always compliments me on it.
Our dad had a full beard, and wait, is that what are you drinking there, Joe? For the folks at home, so they can see. Oh, water. Sorry. That was like wine or something. Just downing it.
No.
No. So I was just saying that our dad has a beard and a bushy mustache when he's younger, so he's always criticizing me about his facial hair. I don't know. You probably can't see my mustache at all, even though it's pretty good length because I'm blonde. Whatever. Anyway, so this episode is gonna get juicy real quick because we have on Lauren Stivrins from Nebraska volleyball. Joe, you want to should we wait to get the backstory till she's on, or should we give it now on why we're having her on?
I can prelude a little bit.
Okay.
But as you guys know, we were very wrong about the Austin Regional. In a lot of ways, Micah was the most wrong by far. I don't think he picked any games right. Yeah, I don't think he picked a single game right. No, actually he did.
Third.
Texas. I think he had Texas winning one game or something. I don't know. But, yeah, the Nebraska team took it very personally. I'll bring it up when Lauren's on. I'll just say, yeah, received a lot of calls from Lauren, and I later learned that it was actually Lexi calling. But I was asleep. They just weren't happy. Lexi started a group chat with Micah Gage and I just calling us out for not picking them. But I'm like, bro, to be honest, I don't know. We'll say this to her. They weren't playing super great up until at the end of the season. And she has to be able to admit that. So it's not like out of the picture. I don't know why she thinks it's so ridiculous. I understand from their view. I'll wait for her. I'm going to wait to say this till she hops on. Because we all have some remarks about it. But yeah, the Nebraska team was not too happy. And the fans weren't too happy. I know. I've seen comments on our social media pages.
What'd they say? What'd the fans say? You guys are idiots.
They just can't believe you didn't pick Nebraska. None of you.
I can.
I know, dude. We gotta wait for her to hop on. We gotta give her a chance to defend. We can't just
I'll say
we gotta tell it to her so we can go back and forth. That's why we brought Lauren on because she's very, I don't know. Out of a lot of players on the team, yeah, she'll speak up her mind. I think some of the other players wouldn't do so if we kind of put the spotlight on them. But Lauren will be honest, and yeah, she's coming on today.
I'll say this.
It was a good week.
Sorry, Joe, you go. Sorry, I cut you off.
I was just gonna say it was a good weekend for us. Our own volleyball teams, Gage and I both picked up 3 points, big 3 points. So moving onward and upward.
What about Micah? Did he play or no?
He lost 3-2 last night to Warsaw. Tough team, but it was a good battle.
Name. Scraw's coming to Borgas next month, Joe. Did I tell you that?
I'm watching Scraw play Zaviache right now on the side here.
Yeah, well,
Keeping
they play
tabs
the
on it. It's a
winner.
good match.
Is Skra winning?
Nope. Skraw's down. No, this is Polish league. This has nothing to do with the
Sevka.
international competition.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see them play. Like, I have some points for Lauren here, and I will stand my ground. Even though I picked them winning and then them losing to Texas.
Dude, I think I'm the only one alive with the national champion pick still. Or who did Jake pick?
Wisconsin. Jake picked Texas like me.
Micah picked... Who did Micah pick? Micah picked somebody. Pitt.
Micah picked Washington.
To win the championship.
Yes.
Wait, I have it right here somewhere.
Dude, I swear it was Washington.
Micah picked Pitt.
Pitt. Bastard.
So he's still alive. Micah and me are the only ones who are still alive.
Jake's like the
front.
pure analyst and the guy who takes it the most serious, and he's the guy with the champion out with me.
Dude, and I won't say this to her because it's kind of an asshole thing to say. Like, there's things that is like the truth, but then there's that. But Nebraska can't like have this big win and then go blow it against Pitt.
I'll say it.
Freaking. They can't go blow it. Like, that would be like they have all this hype and everything and huge win. Like, situation setting them up. Like, I think Pitt's not even close to the level of the Big Ten. I watch Pitt; they're a good team, but I think Nebraska should be able to take care of that if they play their game.
Bro, every time we do this pick 'em, we always get people being like, "What the hell? What the hell?" Because not only do we pick our round of 64, we pick each round, and people are like, "What the hell? Like, what's your blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera." And we have friends in these places, and we contact with them, we see them, and they get really, really mad at us. And that's just so, Joe. This is what I've learned. You just got to stand your ground. You got to say what you got to say, and then, hey, just say it's not personal.
It's not personal. It's just like we're, as volleyball professionals, we watch the game, and based on what we've seen, like,
we're analysts now, Joe.
Analysts.
Imagine your first take, and then you go out and play him like you're Stephen A. Smith. Then you go out and play him the next night, or like
exactly.
it's just like that, you know.
Nobody in the world does what we do.
Yeah, with the first of our kind. Anyways, all right, let's get Lauren and another guest on here, Micah. Micah will hop on too, hopefully. We're praying. But Laura, ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Stivrins.
You can handle the heat. Yeah. You can handle the heat.
We're now joined here by Lauren Stivrins here, the Nebraska middle, the all-time. Well, you got to be close to being an all-time kill leader for the middles, no? Or no? Probably close there. The slide god and the caller out of the If You Can't Handle the Heat podcast. Well, first of all, Lauren, how you doing?
I'm great. I can't complain, you know.
Well, we're home.
That's
true.
Yeah.
Better than we predicted. You're having a better weekend than any of us predicted. Little backstory here. So we did our bracket challenge. We did round by round, and none of us had Nebraska going as far as they are right now. They're in the final
May I
four.
clarify?
Yes.
I did want them in my final four, but I had them losing to.
Yeah, whatever.
No, if they remember, I was like, they're like, okay, who's your final four? I'm like, Nebraska, and they're like, wait, you had them losing like 3 rounds ago. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, that was like,
Okay.
You did not have them winning, Micah. You did not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I did not have them winning it, but I'm just saying I had them in my final four.
Sure you did.
I didn't have them in my elite 8. So
I want to give us a chance to defend ourselves here, and for you, if you have any choice words for us, I want to hear those words and then try and defend ourselves again. Okay, so first things first. You can see, we know from our point of view what happened. We did a little intro before this, and we kind of explained the situation of how Joe woke up to multiple missed calls from Lauren about how the Nebraska team was upset we didn't choose in the Final Four or anything like that. I want to hear from your point of view how you found out that we didn't choose you guys. What was your reaction and kind of what happened from there? And then we'll get into it, and we'll defend ourselves, and then you can come at us.
Okay. Well, I was really bored in our hotel, and I had seen that you went live, but I didn't get to be there when it was live. So I was just watching your guys' YouTube video, and I was listening to all of you guys talk about it, and I was jaw dropped that no one chose Nebraska. I was very offended. But it's fine. It's really fine. Some of you guys had us Micah had us freaking losing to Illinois.
What round? What round was that?
Sweet 16. And like that one kind of hurt because we've already played Illinois twice this season and they didn't take a set off us either time that we played them. So I was like, what makes you think this time's going to be any different? But I guess you really never know in the tournament. And but then
it was all
like,
my research. It was all my research. I had crunched the numbers.
You crunched? Yeah, obviously not. But then I don't know. I was just like listening to you guys again, and then when I saw like all of you pretty much, I don't know, had Texas advancing, I was even more hurt. Ye of little faith. But yeah, so then I had to, of course, voice my opinions, and obviously most of the girls were pretty upset. We had it all planned out. We're like, all right, after we beat Illinois, we're gonna like FaceTime them, and the whole team's gonna be there, and we're just gonna.
Oh, that would have been sick! Oh man!
I know, but you guys didn't freaking answer. So
Joey, what time was it? What time did you guys call? What time your
I
time?
have no idea.
Guesstimate.
But like,
It was
and
like
then
5 a.m. in the morning.
I have no idea.
Yo!
But then the first person, I probably had like 50 texts after we beat Texas, and I was just like scrolling past them. I was like, I don't care. Well, like obviously I do care, but I was like, Joe, yes, F you. We
Yeah,
did it.
literally,
Told
F
y'all
you.
like, and that was like the only text I sent that night. I was just like, I had to just like put it out there. Yeah, and then we were gonna get the whole team together, but everyone had to like go get their families and like say hi and like do whatever. So it was kind of a mess after the game, so we didn't get to actually like do that. But yeah.
Well,
That would have been phenomenal.
That would
I
have
know.
been.
Yeah,
Micah-
it would've been. Do I start?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. First off, congratulations, and I apologize because I didn't realize it was a bonehead move until it was too late, and so I apologize. I really don't have much of an excuse besides I have no idea about this tournament thing, and we were just like saying whatever, and then I was in last place by I don't know how many. Joe has the count. I don't even know.
A lot of points. He's been last by a lot.
I was in last by. I couldn't catch up. And so any pick that they would make in the next round, I had to go against it because if I choose the same team and they all win, I'm going to be last by a long shot. So I just had to flip. So they all went with somebody and I went with that. But I have no excuse. I should have. My loyalties are definitely with Nebraska more than probably any other team in the NCAA.
Right.
Now
that's
that
why
I had realized that
because I was like, I thought these guys were our friends. Like I thought
I realized that after the fact, and I would be hurt too. So I was like, oh frick, like I actually am like very sincerely want to apologize, and I think I don't know if I did.
Micah just out here backtracking, not holding his ground.
I know.
I'm not holding my ground at all because I don't want to hold my ground. I made a mistake. I have Jalen, Joby, like you guys. I have a bunch of people that I know on that team. And if people were to pick against me, I'd be like, bro, what the heck? Like I thought we were friends. So I get where you're coming from,
and Nebraska. Nebraska is definitely the only team that we have gone out with. We sort of went out like this summer when we were.
That we
in
hung
Lincoln.
out with. That we hung out with.
Yeah, we hung out with.
100%.
We hung
100%.
out. Exactly.
Well,
Yeah,
you guys
I'm
are
not
right
used to
back to your
knowing-
hotel.
I'm not
like
used to knowing people.
That's
like,
true.
I know. No, when I thought back and I was like, wait, I actually like know. Like I'm used to like hearing Nebraska and be like, oh, I don't. That's in the middle of the country. I don't know anybody from Nebraska. And then I was like, oh, I actually know. Like I freaking forgot Jalen and Joby were the coaches. Like, that's freaking terrible. Jalen is my freaking homie. So I don't know. I'm not holding my ground at all. This is a complete backtrack and a complete apology.
Well, if no one's gonna hold the ground, damn it, I will. All right. So here's the thing. Here's why I picked Texas, and if I had to do it again, I probably would pick Texas again. Here's the thing.
Who is my pick to get out? By the way, I don't remember. I don't think it was Texas.
Did you pick Washington?
Yeah, I picked I couldn't pick Texas because you guys picked Texas, so I probably picked someone else.
Yeah.
This is what, dude. Okay, here's the thing. All right. So Nebraska. Obviously, you guys. Would you say that you guys are having the most perfect season?
Obviously not. Is it
right? Exactly.
Well,
Exactly. Louisville, and then Texas has lost one match. Okay. Now, looking at your guys' record, you guys lost what? Seven matches throughout the year. You lost to Utah. You lost to Minnesota, and you lost to Wisconsin. Wisconsin seemed to be your kryptonite. Wisconsin's a very tall, physical team. Guess who's also a tall, physical team? Texas. Same kind of thing there. Well, that's why, in my mind, I was like, okay, Nebraska having trouble sometimes in the pins, not in the middle or anything like that. And they got big hitters all the way around. And that's why I was like, you know what? This is why I'm going to go with Texas. Because, one, they've been dominating. They made the national championship last year with the same lineup. I was like, so would you not agree that it would be a safe bet? Now, again, this is nothing personal. This is just something that I just was looking at, and I saw, and I looked, and I saw the matchup. And this is what I saw.
On paper, they may be the better team for sure, but in real life, like, our team is just so much better. Like, we're a better, like,
okay.
It's not always the most like talented teams that win. It's the better like teams, like the teams with better chemistry and all that. Like, if you watch the way that we play versus the way that they play, and this, I'm not trying to like bash on Texas in any way, but like, we genuinely have so much joy playing with each other, and like, we love each other, and we're like gritty and like have fun while we do it. They look like they all want to like kill each other at times. I feel outside looking in, like, I don't know, when we get a point, we turn to our team, we're so happy, we love each other, like, whatever. When we lose a point, like, we turn to each other, like, whatever. When they lose a point, they like look at other teams to like watch them celebrate, and I'm like, what are you looking at? Your team's like over there. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
that
just
makes
like
sense. Okay.
I don't know.
Dude, and Texas recently has, and their social media department plays into this, has had this sort of
oh my gosh, is it the
I could understand why every other team, if I was playing against, I would hate the team. I will say that if I was playing against Texas, their social media team is pretty savage. But the other thing I have to add in, Gage's points are good. We're just looking at the straight facts. And towards the I've watched, like, I'll be honest, I only watched like maybe 1.5 years matches. And it was like one of the matches against Wisconsin. So I watched that. That was like the lasting memory I had. So I watched that match. I'm like, geez, okay. And then I watched Texas one time, like, on YouTube. Damn, they're physical as hell. Like, that's good. And they're home, in their home. If you guys are home, like, I probably would have been like, all right,
do you know what's
Nebraska at home
that I didn't know about until after the game? The last time that Texas lost at home was in the tournament in 2019. It was my sister's freshman year, and she was at Louisville, and Louisville beat them at home and advanced to the Elite Eight, and Texas was 2 that year as well. And so the only 2 times that Texas has lost in the past like few years at home has been to Stivrins sisters, both times.
The kryptonite.
Exactly.
I know.
The Stivrins bloodline. The Stivrins bloodline is their kryptonite.
I love it.
Dude, also another thing to talk about is how ridiculous. I said this before. I don't know if you listened to this part of that one live we had, which is how ridiculous the seeding is. I have no idea how all those teams ended up in one regional final, because to be honest, I think you guys and Texas should be. I think the 2 ACC teams in Pittsburgh and Louisville should have had to go against stronger competition. They had a walk in the park.
They do this every year. I feel like I can say this now because it's my last time in the NCAA. Like, what is it really gonna do to me?
Get it all out.
Everyone knows this, but every single year they always pin like the best teams up against each other because they want like a Cinderella story like type of thing to happen. Like,
that's you guys this year though.
Yeah. No. What?
You're the lowest seed.
No.
You're the lowest seed.
No, not like that. Like, they want the other teams on the easy side. Like, it's like a cakewalk over on this side of the bracket, and then it's the freaking Hunger Games on the other side, and we're always on the Hunger Games side because we like find a way to win. They don't want us to keep winning.
I like that though. I like that.
Yeah, I know, but like that's
there.
Yeah, that's how we want it, because like we want to be able to say like we won and we beat all the best teams to get there. So there's no one that can say like, well, they had an easy route. You know what I mean? Like, we
That's
earned
a good point. There's like 2 different types of people. You're the type that would you rather have like the really hard way, or would you rather have the really easy way?
Oh yeah, definitely the hard way.
Really?
I want no excuses.
Dude,
Yeah.
Dude, before the
100%,
tournament?
mine is I would want the easy way.
Oh yeah, me too.
Every time I'm like,
Why?
they're like, wait, don't you want to play the best? I'm like, no. Why would I want to play
What am I, the
best?
worst?
No.
I want the Citadel. I want.
Yeah. I want to get to the final. Like, I don't care. If I have to, if they say whatever, I really could care less.
I mean, yeah. You know what? At the end of the day, if there's a ring on your finger, there's a ring on your finger. So
Yeah.
you know.
Everyone's like, you got to beat. I'm really hoping we get the hardest matchup. I'm like, what? Why would you hope that?
Dude, the other thing about having the hardest matchup usually means that you had a really poor regular season. If you have a good regular season, you should that should be a reward, is that you get a little easier.
Right.
Like that should you shouldn't be punished for having a good regular season.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, who do you think out of the 4 teams in the Final Four has the easiest way in so far?
My gosh, I don't.
Okay, I can.
I'll say it's Louisville. I said it last show. It's Louisville.
It definitely
For
is
sure.
Louisville. It definitely is.
But they're the number 1 seed, though. So that's
right.
isn't it how
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
As you said, like they did kind of earn it, but at the same time, like the toughest team that they've played so far has been like their ACC like rival, and they beat them already like twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
So they already like have a number.
Yeah. Pitt actually had Purdue, which had a pretty that was a tough matchup. I watched the game too, but I don't know if I should be saying this to you, and I don't know if you want to hear
Say
this.
it, Joe. Say it, Joe.
You guys cannot stub your toe against freaking Pitt. Like I watched Pitt, and then I watched the Pittsburgh.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, for real. I have no wood near me.
Joe, you better knock on wood. Look to your left there, buddo. Left. Oh, that's your. Oh, I guess that's opposite for me.
But yeah, that
We did it
that
for you. Don't
matchup-
worry.
Okay.
yeah, you guys are the far superior team. Every Big Ten school is the far superior team,
That's true.
and so
This is true. After
It's
all
gonna
the
be-
smack that you talked about, the harder route, the bad seating, and now you're mad at us, and now you can prove us wrong again. Because like you said, we didn't have. Well, now you're in the Final Four.
Do I have Pittsburgh winning?
You have Pittsburgh.
you have Pittsburgh winning.
It just goes from bad to worse with them. Yeah.
Oh
I feel like
man.
Okay, I'll be honest. Like I've watched one, actually now 2 games in the NCAA women's volleyball, and one of them is my sister's game. So I don't know what's going on.
What's the other?
UCLA. We watched UCLA like a couple.
Okay.
The last game that they had. I don't know when that was.
Wisconsin.
Watch some of that.
That's true.
Yeah.
But this is a big game. Because usually after a big win, it's hard to kind of rebound. You have that effect. But like you guys have been here before. So, and we do just a heads up, we're not going to tell you our predictions, but we do a Final Four live again. So and we haven't said our predictions yet. We're going to go live. What's it? Today's Monday. We go live on Wednesday. So Lauren,
I'm
if you ever
scratching my Pittsburgh. I'm going.
You can't, bro. It is in. The pick is in.
All right.
You got to wear it though. You got to wear that thing.
Yeah, I'll wear it.
And then,
Yeah.
and then your game's on what? Friday, Saturday, Lauren?
It's Thursday. Gage. You gotta have some.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Every
right now-
year, it's the exact same days. Thursday, Saturday. They play the Final Four in the finals the same every week, every year. It doesn't change.
And then the finals is when?
Saturday, Thursday, Saturday, every year. bro.
Oh, I thought you meant one game. That would make no sense. That's a good point. That is a good point. As you can see, we're
That's
experts
other
here,
thing.
Lauren.
That's the
Yeah,
other
so-
thing that's so unfortunate about our game is the first game is at 7:30, and then we play after them, and it's like on the schedule to start at 9:30.
Holy.
It's gonna
And
start
it's
at 10.
not
for
going to
sure.
start at 9:30.
No.
That's like if they sweep them, and then we have to do a full warm up, and then
Yeah,
start.
like an hour warm up. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the earliest we're gonna play is like 10 o'clock.
Those are the worst. You're just in the hotel
Yeah.
all day, just like,
Yeah.
can I just play this game? Like, this is
Dude.
taking forever.
I feel that. I hate because, well, first of all, how is it? So for us, we've only experienced, well, for college-wise, we've only experienced when we go to the NCAA tournament, we only just go there and back. Like we visit one time and then you do your full tournament and then you go back. But you guys, your tournament lasts like damn near like 2 weeks or so. So you're there and back and forth. And for me, I'm not a guy who can like relax until the tournament's over. Like if I'm home, I'm just still like just jittery because I know like it's either like for me, my mentality was championship or bust. So it was like it's either a failure of a season or we're winning, and I can't relax until that's happening. I'm literally in the middle of the tournament. So what's it like for you? I mean, going back there and back with the charter plane and multiple accessories is nice. I get it. But aside from that, well, I mean, are you relaxed? Can you relax or no?
Yes and no. I think there is a certain level of excitement that kind of doesn't fade away throughout this whole experience, but there are times where I get to like yesterday was our off day, and so I got to go home and like hang out with my dogs, and my parents were still like flying home from Austin, so I just like had the day to myself to just like do nothing, and that was nice. And it's like a nice little reset, but the entire time I was thinking about like the tournament and stuff. But I don't know, it's all good though. It's like a good healthy excitement, not like an all-consuming like need to get going type of thing. So a little bit of both, but I just can't believe how quick our turnaround actually is. So we got back yesterday and we leave tomorrow, and it's just like there's
point?
what do you I know,
like how can you practice or like do anything?
Yeah,
like we most of your time is just in limbo.
Yeah, so that's
just like
kind of unfortunate, but whatever.
I have to ask, and I know it's you guys have probably been asked about this a lot. I just saw some tweets yesterday about it, even coming from Coach Cook, #God.
God.
With the whole thing with Lexi, you're her roommate, if I'm mistaken, right? You guys live together. I can imagine how difficult it is for like the situation that she's like had to go through during this season. But I also think it's like a valuable lesson, like how she's handled things. What is like, since that you're home with her, and you're able to kind of like be around her full time, like how has she handled everything that's happened like during the season, and having another player kind of come and step into her role, and actually she's playing like at a pretty high level, especially for being a freshman. But how has she handled that? And I think there's like a lot of props I have to go to Lexi also for how she's handled it. But is there anything that you have to speak on that? I'm sure you guys get asked this like all the time by the media. I just haven't seen it.
I mean, I personally haven't been asked this before because it's not really kind of my business, and I don't really want to speak on her behalf. But like from my perspective of things, I think that she's handled this with a lot of grace and a lot of poise, which are two words that I would like in most circumstances use to describe Lexi. I think that she's got a good head on her shoulders, and she's just gonna find a way to get through whatever is thrown at her in a way that, I don't know, most people like probably wouldn't handle as well. So I think that she's really come to a place now where she's like accepted what's happened and is still finding ways to give to this team. She's probably one of the most thoughtful teammates. She's definitely the most thoughtful teammate that we have on our team right now. Like she's that person that like brings in like home cooked like goodies for people's birthdays and like brings handwritten notes all the time, and it's just like one of those people that is just like always doing the little things. And I think that speaks volumes about her and like her situation and stuff like that. Like even though things aren't going her way, like she's still making the most of it and making everyone feel appreciated and valued and stuff like that. So I think that she's handled it really well, and I think that she'll continue to do so. And I also think she's really happy, like not that she's not the one playing, but happy to see the team doing well. And yeah, so I think
awesome.
I have nothing but good things to say about the way that she's handled this whole situation. Like I am very proud of her and the growth that she's made throughout her time here. Like she's an amazing human. So
yeah, that's so important, because like something like this is absolutely something that can just like destroy a season. Like if it's handled poorly, like it just the team separates, and so it's super important, especially as a head. Like can imagine how difficult it is for this coaching staff to have to make a decision like that. It's extremely difficult. And so that's a very, I think a lot of kids and youth and even professionals that I'm with can learn from that. I play with people that could learn from that, or have played this year actually. Deal with it really well. But no, that's really great to hear. Yeah, I just had to ask that because I saw a lot of tweets and Coach Cook was commenting on it a lot yesterday through his Twitter. He's got a lot of Twitter followers, by the way. I'm like, Jesus, this guy.
He's God. So
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely not one of his Twitter followers.
Yeah, so do you follow your coaches on Instagram?
Okay, well I recently
that's the real question.
And I don't want to expose the man, but basically John Cook does not run his own Instagram, and we just found that out because we were looking through his followers and we're like, why does he follow like these Instagram like models and influencers and stuff? And we were pressing him about it, and he's like, oh, I don't actually run my account, like someone else runs my Instagram for me. I just sometimes like will send photos that like I want. Like this is what John Cook does. I don't know if this is like if everyone can do this, but his phone is set up in a way that like if he wants to tweet something, like he doesn't have like the Twitter app, and like he doesn't know how to like use technology, so he goes to his messages and he texts Twitter, like he has a contact called Twitter, and then he writes out the tweet and sends it, and it sends to his like it posts on his Twitter.
Send. He has 34.5 thousand but sorry, Micah.
Wow, impressive.
Well, I'm just like, I don't get how that happens.
I don't
what kind
either.
of technology
and I've seen him do it before. Like I don't know if it's like someone has like set it up so that like it goes to like our social media person and then they tweet it.
Send hashtag you up.
I actually should like take his phone and do some funny things like that. But,
you should.
You should. That would have been.
Yeah, I also don't want him in trouble.
That's true. I would be the guy to not really think and just fire away.
You gotta find that line.
Yeah, we just love his wife too much. Wendy is she's just the kindest. Like she's like Mrs. Claus. Like she's just like such a kind, sweet, caring human. Like
wait, her name is Mary.
Wendy.
Okay, I thought she was gonna be Mother Mary.
Yeah.
No, she's Wendy from the burger, the Baconator. Anyways,
yeah, I never had Wendy's.
Yeah, you did. You had it on the road with us. This is actually a good place to shout out our sponsor, Lauren. I don't know if you know much about our podcast here, but we are sponsored by Manscaped as of late here. So I just want to get a quick shout out to Manscaped out there, boys. It's the
good transition.
You like that? You like that? That was kind of smooth. I gotta give myself to that. First things first. Get 20% off and free worldwide shipping with Joe. Tell them the code.
Volleyballs, all capital.
Volleyballs, all capital, baby, plural. Guys, boys out there, men, or if you're a woman looking to get this for their loved ones, 'tis the season to perform. Make sure you get that Lawnmower 4.0 along with many, many, many other Manscaped accessories. Again, use the promo code volleyballs, all cap. But Lauren, you were not part of the. I mean, we were discussing this before the pod, before we hopped on live here. You were not there for half the season, or not half, until October, you were telling me. So, because I remember we were at 6-man together, and I remember I was asking you about things. You're like, I don't know, because you have another year, and you're like, I don't know if I want to go back. I don't know if you do. So, what kind of went into that process, and what made you actually finally pull the trigger?
I was actually, when I first came back here to like start my rehab and do all that, I was more leaning towards not playing and just like taking this time to just like continue focusing on myself and just doing all of that. But then as I spent more time with like the team and like the girls and like saw how, I don't know, talented and hungry and excited, like genuinely pumped for season that these girls were, and like how dedicated they actually were to like the process and getting better. It was like really cool to see, and like I hadn't seen that type of like intensity and like will to get better. I think everyone like took the time off and like reflected on like where we're at as a program, where we're at as a team, where they're at individually, and there was like a lot of self growth and like I don't know, self-reflection that went into each and every person. And I can honestly say that. And I thought that was so cool to see, because in years previous, we've like always had like a few like question mark type of people. And like, I don't know if people were like fully bought into like what we were doing here and like what it means to be a Nebraska volleyball player truly. But after seeing like the shift in literally everyone, it just made me like so excited to come back. And I was like, I really want to be a part of this. And so, yeah, that was pretty much how it happened. But I definitely was not feeling that way towards the beginning. But then after spending more and more time with everyone and seeing what they were doing, I was like, I'm in.
And I think Nebraska's not even close to the same team without you, to be honest. And I would say that even if you were on here, like with you on the team, it adds a whole nother dynamic. But it's also crazy to me to hear, because people ask all the time, like, for good volleyball teams or good athletes or just any sport in general, like, how could somebody be like unhappy like at a certain program? So it's interesting to hear, because the same thing happened like on the men's side. I know teams like at Hawaii too, like when we were one of the top teams, when Micah, I'm sure they've had this stuff where you still have players like on those teams that you're not sure if they're like totally into it or whatever. It's just crazy to hear that too and think about that. But yeah, we get questions like that all the time. So it's interesting to dive into, and it's super awesome to hear that you guys, I mean, that's probably the reason why you guys have kind of turned things around, to be honest,
Definitely.
towards the end of the season. And I think your coach was talking about it. I was watching an interview. I had a lot to do yesterday before our match. So, I was watching all kinds of things. I was watching your coach talk about just how like it's a whole nother season, and that's something I think every coach preaches and talks about. Like this postseason, like it 0-0. Once the seeds come out, then it's a whole new story. You saw how it went down between you guys and Nebraska. Like they're the 2 seed, you guys the 10 seed, but it doesn't really matter at this point. You guys are in the Final Four, and that stuff does not matter at all. So that's great to hear, and I'm stoked for you guys. And like I said, I'm not so much apologizing. Micah was apologizing because he just was doing it because he hadn't watched anything. Gage and I, we actually had seen some matches, and it was our impressions just from the matches. We haven't like watched every single match, but the few matches we watched, that's what we were basing it off of. And so when we're picking stuff and we're trying to beat each other, we have to be a little competitive. Like we have friends on all kinds of teams.
Yeah.
But we definitely regret now not picking you guys, and we're idiots for it. But
I do not regret that. I want to put that out there. I stick by my guns. I regret nothing.
Yeah, but you
proved me wrong.
And you didn't pick people you knew, so you lost both.
That's true. I'll stay on my ground. And again, Lauren, like we said, we don't want to take too much of your time. But again, a reminder: if you want to watch us go live again on Wednesday, it'll be about. We did it last time, I think, at 3 p.m. PST. We'll do it at the same time again. Picking our Final Four. And I'm not saying that I'm choosing Nebraska. I'm not saying that I'm not choosing Nebraska. You'll have to watch. And again, if you have after watching, any urges to FaceTime it to the whole team, either say thank you or give us the bird, we're more than welcome to receive any of those messages that you and Nebraska has. As Nebraska is a true underdog story and always has been. And we're so happy to watch you guys playing the Final Four here. And I'll be watching Thursday. Because now I know it's on Thursday.
Yes.
So we're ready to go. Lauren, thanks so much for hopping on, and good luck in the travels, and
Lauren,
good luck in the Final
good
Four.
luck.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Lauren. Good luck.
Keep bouncing those slides.
I will.
You can handle the heat. Yeah. You can handle the heat.
Well, that was definitely insightful, yet I'm glad she came on firing at us, and I'm glad one of us held our ground. Micah did not hold his ground.
Honestly, I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
Because, dude, I freaking want them to win.
I thought you wanted Pitt to win.
But I also realized that I have really close ties on Pittsburgh as well.
Exactly. So who do you want to win?
Tails.
So now that we don't have anyone on, who do you want
Are
to
you
win?
close to that KO? Are you close to them, like Lexi and them?
Yeah, very, because they were always around Quinlan Hill. And Leslie played with Misty, and then me and Kamalani were in the same class in 5th grade and used to walk every day after school to go to Kiku, the gym, just to watch our sisters and wait for them to be done. And then the little sister was always there too, Alexis, and always just like, we were always getting into trouble. So I'm really close with them as well. But J-Ray, Man, I want one for J Ray so bad. I think he's been in so many finals.
So many, bro.
So many finals. And J Ray's the homie. Also, Joby's over there, and then the girls are all super cool. So
yeah, we had a chance to meet most of them. Yeah,
and I'm like, I'm like, oh shoot. I hope they win.
And you can't choose. You got to choose Pittsburgh in the live stream again.
No, I technically don't.
Yes, you do. Technically, you do.
No.
Wait, how can you?
You want Pittsburgh to win the national championship?
But you can't do like oh well, if I'm wrong I'm right, and if I'm right so there's either way it's a win-win situation. You can't do that.
But Gates, technically I can.
Joe, you're the third party here. What do you say?
I say that
it's my bracket.
He can choose whatever he wants.
Wow,
yeah.
Joe. Joe's just folding out here.
Dude, me too.
No,
like
true.
This way, like I am gonna be like I would have picked. Yeah, now we all have to make different picks too. I feel like
not if your winner's still in it.
I'm not, but I don't want to. I don't want to prelude who I'm gonna pick. That's why I stopped short because we.
Whose winner is still in it? Who's the top four? Sorry, who's the top?
You and me are the only ones with winners still in it.
Since Texas lost for me and Jake.
Yeah,
I had Wisconsin.
Come on now.
I have.
Oh, Wisconsin's still in it. So it's Wisconsin, Nebraska, Louisville, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
It's ACC Big Ten matchup on both sides.
Okay.
So
all right.
We'll be. Dude, I think Nebraska's gonna whoop on. Or I'm gonna shut up now. But what I'm planning to do is schedule one different player that we haven't had on from each team for the live, just to hop on for like 3 or 4 minutes for each live.
You think we could do that?
Which is
I'm gonna work
questions.
on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna work on getting players from each team. That'd be sick.
At the same time they're gonna be on? That's
No. No.
Why do you think you're gonna be? Just don't even tell him either.
We don't. No, I'll get Tori Dilfer on again. She's awesome. She's a fan. And then Dana Retke, and then are you still connected with one of the sisters?
Not like I don't have their number, but I mean I could try and find it.
Who Lexi's the setter or on the team right now, right? The younger one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Alexis. Yeah,
we should get Lexi. We should get Lexi on.
Okay.
And then we should probably oh, maybe we get the Nebraska libero. What's her name? The one who's balling out. We haven't had her on.
The freshman?
Or we get Nicklin on since we're working with her. But I'll work on that.
No, Joe, we should just be brutal and choose if, like, for example, let's say we have Louisville on. We'll be like, and we are choosing Wisconsin. We are not choosing you. Just be absolutely just brutal.
Thanks for coming on the show, though. Thanks for coming on the show.
Why are you going to lose tomorrow? No. No, we won't be brutal. But we got to find a way to... We'll make the decisions after we talk to him. That way it's really personal for all of us.
Well, no, I'll bring on Louisville and Wisconsin, and then we'll make the pick. And then we'll have Nebraska, and then Pittsburgh, and then we'll make the pick. That's what
Okay, what if they ask who we're choosing? Because we're like, hey, we're going to prediction show. They're like,
say
okay,
we're doing it after they hang up. Say
stay on.
Or we have to wait. It's our show.
I don't know who I'm choosing.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll know after the interview.
I will. I'll base it off the interview.
Just bad answers. Go.
How you exit this interview will determine who I pick.
We'll tell it to everyone. Be like, we're literally picking this off the interview.
But like, they should care. They're gonna be like, okay. Like, why do I care what out of system podcast picks?
Only Nebraska. Only Nebraska. Listen,
dude, Joe, you gotta put. Dude,
that would have been hilarious if I was up at like 6 a.m. just like the whole team's there. Like,
Joe, what if you were like hammered too?
that would have been hilarious.
I just woke up and I'm just like, what the hell?
You're like, F you. She's like, what the?
I'm like, what did I do? What did I do?
You're like, we showed you. You're like, all right, whatever, man.
Like, what did you show me? Like, oh, did you? I didn't even know the result at that point. Like, did you guys win?
Oh man! All right, well, just want to give another quick shout out to Manscaped. Micah, what's the promo code for Manscaped?
VOLLEYBALLS, all caps, volleyballs.
Hashtag all caps.
All caps, no cap.
No cap.
All caps, no cap. That's good. I like that. For all your men's product needs and all your manscaping needs, make sure to go to, just click the link in the bio and just go to manscaped.com and use our promo code to get 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Boys, always a pleasure hopping on. We're going to be hopping on again tomorrow. Again.
Mike, who you got this week?
Tomorrow's Wednesday?
Oh my God. No, I mean Wednesday. Wait, this podcast will air
Friday.
So this will be.
Maybe we drop it Thursday. Maybe we drop it a day early this week.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah, why not? We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the people want. All right, just remember the Heat. Just remember the Heat.
Micah, who do you play this week before we go?
Belhatov.
Ooh, big one.
Yeah.
Big time match.
Yeah. What about you?
We got Frankfurt. Big one. We're chasing them in the standings. We're trailing them a little bit. So.
Are you guys in fourth?
Yeah, but it's like we're a game up on. But we're like in a decent position because other teams have to play Berlin.
A super good position.
We already played Berlin pretty soft. We close out the last 3 matches with the bottom 3 teams, I think, if I recall.
Dang.
So we're in a good position. We picked up 3 points this weekend. We played, and we're playing much better. We're like serving, putting pressure on. Like we're playing much better.
Good.
Dude, the one thing is like our coach came up to me. He's like, we just need you to like go after it. So I've been missing one, but I've also been serving more aces too. So
Joe's bombing. I gotta go and watch. But I don't have volley. It's not on volumetrics.
I served. I wasn't even like trying to aim for this, but the first 3 balls I served first last night, and I served first 2 balls were aces directly on the sideline of 5, and I served the same ball, and he was standing there that time. He just stood on the sideline, and I don't even know how I hit the sideline like 3 straight times, but I just been sending it on the service line, missing a little bit more, but I'm like, we need pressure. we don't defend super well when other teams are in system all the time, so
gotta get them out of
either ace or whatever, and it's working. We're playing much better that way, so send them.
Nice.
Alrighty, well, boys, always a pleasure. And just remember out there, if you can't handle heat, goddamn kitchen this event. Another episode presented by Out of System.